Hey everyone, it's me, Kristen. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me in my second Journal with Me video. So this time I'm going to be journaling in something different. I'm using my passport size insert, which is a lot smaller than the regular size traveler's notebook insert. And this insert is something that I reserve for things that inspire me the most. I've actually had this insert for over a year, and it's because the things that I put in this insert, the things that I choose to collage about, are not things that I take lightly. They were really moments in time where I was really moved by what I wrote down in these. And every time that I look at a collage that I did before, it brings back memories that surrounded that time when I did the collage. And that's why this journal insert is really, really special to me. So I'm doing a technique that I haven't done in a while. I'm getting tissue paper or wrapping paper. I think this is from like a package, and it was one of the things that cushions your package so it doesn't get like messed up during the transport. And I am going to be stamping it with just random things, and the texture of this tissue paper usually I really like how it looks like in my spreads. So I'm going to be stamping with my Kodomo no Cow stamps and my Raw Market shop stamps, and I'm going to be using my Soramame inks to stamp these. And I'm just kind of doing whatever I want, whatever I feel like it. And I'm going to do that first before I actually work on the collage. The quote that I'm using this time is from the bullet journal method. I feel like everyone is reading the bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll right now. And it's for a good reason, because even if you don't bullet journal, the concepts in this book about leading an intentional life are so valuable and can really change your life if you learn to apply the concepts in this book in your planning system, or not even in your planning system, but just your life. The fact that he focuses on not only planning for the future, but also taking the time to reflect on what you've done and reflect on what you're doing right now so that you can plan for the future effectively. That's something that I haven't seen that was innately embedded in other planner systems, because in other planner systems you usually plan, you have your to-do list, you have your priorities, but there's no real system that's embedded in those planning systems that helps you reflect on what you've done unless you intentionally do that. If you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about, because that's like all what the book is about, is leading a life of intention. And the quote that I'm going to be using is, "If the journey is the destination, then we must learn to become better travelers. To become better travelers, we must first learn to orient ourselves. Where are you now? Do you want to be here? If not, why do you want to move on?" So this quote may not be the quotiest of quotes, or however you want to say it, but I think this quote represents a lot of what this book is about. Looking at where you are right now, asking, is this where I want to be? And then doing the necessary changes to either keep on doing what you're doing or to change things for the better. He's not necessarily preaching the bullet journal method. The most that he is, what I got from it is about leading a life of intention to make your life fulfilled. So that's why I really wanted to put this quote in my book, my little insert book thing, and really remember that's what I felt when I was reading the book, and to really capture this feeling that I have in these collaging pages. So after I'm done with that, I usually go in and I do the framework of the collage, which I'll be using the washi tape. And then I really wanted to incorporate something yellow in it because the book is actually like yellow, gold, and black. So I really wanted to incorporate that in my journal spread. So if you watch the unedited version of this journal with me, I also talk about the haunting of Hill House, and I really love the haunting of Hill House. It is so freaking good. Like, I usually get scared easily, and that's why I don't want to watch scary movies sometimes. But watching the haunting of Hill House, I really loved it because of the character development. You really see all of these characters develop from childhood and why they're like how they are when they're adults because of the trauma that they had from living in a house that was haunted, even for a brief few months. Them living in this house that was haunted, and then the thing that happened with their mom. I really don't know how much I want to say or how much I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but man, like it is a scary show, but I think that it's more of like a really good show with horror elements, more than it is like just a scary show with some character development, if that makes any sense. My favorite character is Theo. That's all I'm gonna say. She's like my number one character. I love her so much. And then Nell. Oh, Nellie. Nellie is my other favorite character that I love so much. I just want to hug them and tell them it's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay. I watched it in like 2-3 days, and I don't regret it at all. I was so scared, but it was so worth it. I feel like after I became a nurse, I got less scared in scary movies. Like before, I wouldn't even want to watch it. I wouldn't even like consider watching it. But after being a nurse, I guess I became more like numb to scary movies. I feel like what's the word? Like when I get scared, I just end up kind of watching my breathing and try to even out my breathing and then kind of numb my feelings, and that way I don't get scared during scary movies as much anymore. I still get scared, but I don't get scared as much. Like I'm actually okay. Like I look forward to watching a scary movie with people now. So as I am finishing up with the border, I'm going to now place the tissue paper on the page. And unfortunately, for some reason, like my camera cut off the scene. I didn't know that it stopped filming, but it cut it off somewhere, and I didn't notice because my camera I only noticed when my camera turned off. I was like, what? Why is it off? And I realized that it didn't really show how I didn't get to film how I actually like thought out putting the tissue paper on the page. But basically what I did was I took a glue stick and I covered all the blank space in between the washi tape and the paper, all of that with glue, because I for sure want to cover that with the tissue paper. And then after I place the tissue paper on that, while the glue is still drying, I can like manipulate it and crease it and crinkle it in a way where it fits within the glue space that I wanted. And then if there's anything past the glue space, I'll add glue to those pieces of paper that are sticking out and then gluing it on so that the whole tissue paper ends up being glued to where I want it to be. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel if I make more tutorials or more journal with me's with this technique, I'll be sure to make sure that my camera doesn't turn off while I am actually doing it. So after that, I can do like the little tiny details, like I'm going to put tickets on here, and then I rip up the tickets, I put them on, and I chose to put trust the process stamps because I thought that was very bullet journal-ish from Baumkuchen on this spread. So I put it here twice, and then I finished it off with a flower stamp in that empty space from Raw Market Shop. And then that's it. So I'm just going to be writing down the quote now. And I'm done. So here is a close-up of the finished journal spread. I keep calling it journal spread, and then I end up saying it's not a journal spread, but you guys know what I mean. You can see how the creases on the texture of the tissue paper add like a very deeper element to this. And then also the tickets being, real tickets and not just stickers gives it a different texture too. So if you guys have any questions about the bullet journal method or questions about the bullet journal in general that you want to ask me so that I can include it in the video, please comment down below and let me know. Let me know if you guys have actually read the bullet journal method and what you guys think. Or if you've watched The Haunting of Hill House, let me know who your favorite character was. Maybe don't go into too much detail because people might not have actually watched it, but maybe tell me the feelings that you felt throughout the whole series, or let me know what you thought about episode 6, because episode 6 was like my favorite episode so far in the whole series. So I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. Thank you guys for bearing with me in my startup of this YouTube channel. Thank you guys for coming along in my journey. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know more about yourself, things that you want to see in my YouTube videos, and I just hope that you have a wonderful day. So whatever time it is, wherever you are right now, I hope that you are happy and that you are well. Bye-bye.